Mayor Adams, thank you for sitting down with me. It's certainly been a contentious week, right? So let me begin with your meeting with the border czar, Tom Homan, and what came out of the meeting. Now, Tom Homan had said, I'm coming up here Thursday to meet with the mayor. Either he comes to the table or we go around him. So what was the conversation like?
And that's important because there are some cases they're going to have to implement their authority because it's in conflict with city laws. The civil enforcement, how they carry city and civil enforcement, we're not allowed as a city to collaborate because of the laws that were passed by the city council. But when it comes down to criminal aspects, they're in alignment with me, not going around me. Remember, it was spring of 2022 when I was talking about this level of enforcement. I didn't get the partnership from the previous administration. This administration is saying we're willing to help you get dangerous people off your streets.
So the administration seemed like they wanted ICE to have the authority to go into, for example, a city jail like Rikers Island. They want the NYPD to be more cooperative working with ICE. Is that something you're willing to do and allow them to do?
Yes. In the right circumstances. We are aligning with them on our task forces where NYPD is coming together to assist to go after dangerous gangs and dangerous individuals. We can do that, and we have done that. We beefed up the number of detectives on some of these task forces, and we've done joint things together. We also are allowed to have ICE on Rikers Island, which they were removed off, to help with the intelligence and to be joined part of our gang units on Rikers Island. Yes, that's immediate. We're going to do an executive order. We're going to allow that to take place.
Obviously, the worst of the worst is what we keep hearing, right? But
yes.
What does that mean to you? Because we often hear that there's collateral damage that go in with some of these raids as well, and people who are here illegally but haven't been labeled as worst of the worst, haven't committed any crimes, are kind of brought in under the collateral damage part of it.
Right, and know what's important that the immigration and the enforcement of immigration is a federal entity. The cities have no authority to stop a federal agent for implementing any type of immigration. But what this administration is saying, from what I picked up, don't put us in that position. Help us and align with us to go after the dangerous individuals. So you don't have to go into communities. Let's go where the dangerous people are, and that is those who are arrested for a crime, those who are in our jails.
But there's collateral.
No, if you're arrested for a crime, and we can work out through the city council to allow that collaboration, you're not going into a community. There's no collateral damage in that. That is why I think people are misguided by saying we don't want to deal with ICE at all. Now you are saying to them, go into the communities.
So what does he want to see happen in the days and weeks ahead? I know he has some issues with Sanctuary City and the policies here. Is he taking issue? Did that come up in the meeting?
Yeah, no, without a doubt. And it was good that we were able to communicate. When you communicate, you could understand what powers fall in line with the mayor and which powers we do not have. Because people think the mayor could do everything, and that's not the reality. So we're able to do something to go after criminal aspects. We're able to get them back on Rikers Island. We're able to have them embedded in our intelligence unit on Rikers Island with the police department and correction officers. We're able to have them come to our HIDA meetings. This is where we have city, state, federal, U.S. attorneys, DEA, DAs are all there to share information to go after dangerous individuals. And we're able to collaborate with them like we did with a dangerous gang member here in the city to make those apprehensions.
So what did he think of Sanctuary Cities?
When you say that, what do you
Is he okay with the fact? Does he want you to take further action? Can you take further action, whether it be to talk to the city council, an executive order, talk to Albany, whatever it can be about sanctuary cities? Does he want you to do something?
Yeah, and I've been very clear on sanctuaries cities that we must adjust. The previous administration implemented, and I think went too far with sanctuary cities. I thought the intention was there, but the application was wrong. And I asked the city council, can we modify it when it comes down to dangerous individuals? They said they refused to do so. So we need to operate in the parameters that we have so we can be on the same side of 79% of New Yorkers that stated dangerous individuals should not be on our streets.
Did it come up in the conversation today about this clawback of the $80 million by FEMA, right? And whether or not that can be given back to New York? This is something that you fought for, you criticized the previous administration for, and you wanted that money, and now it's not there. Did it come up today?
Yes, we did. We talked about that as well, and Tom shared that other municipalities also had money clawed back. We're going to continue to look at whatever legal grounds we have. We believe we deserve that money. Much more than that, the previous administration cost us $7 billion.
But this administration that you have not criticized took the money back. It's $80 million. So were you forceful with Mr. Holman about not appreciating that money was clawed back?
Well, when you say that I didn't criticize, I'm criticizing us. We lost the $80 million. I want to be clear on that. I'm not happy about losing $80 million. And we had a conversation on that. And we're going to continue to look at, the Corp Council is going to take her actions to see how can we get that money back. But let's be clear, it wasn't only New York City. People want to appear as though it was just New York City. The clawing back of dollars were in other cities as well.
Your office had said there had been communication with the White House to resolve that matter. I'm listening to you carefully about Corporation Counsel as well, but have you spoken to the president directly about it?
No, I have not.
Mr. Mayor, I want to talk to you about also what is happening in real time. While that meeting was taking place, the Justice Department asked the Southern District to drop the charges against you, but it came with this caveat of words in the memo, right? It said without prejudice, which means the charges could come back. And I'm curious for you, when you read the memo, because I know you looked at it carefully, what those words without prejudice meant.
Well, first of all, I didn't read the memo.
Still?
No, I did not. I have a lawyer, Alex Spiro. He's the one that has been pursuing justice on my part. I trust his debriefing. He sat down with me. He debriefed with me. The word for word and legalese is not important to me. It's important to me is to hear what my attorney states. I've turned the case over to him. And within the next day or so, when I debrief, I'll sit down and read line for line by line. But like you said, this is in real time. My goal is to run the city. And I'm focused on that and have a lawyer that's handling the case.
And that's fair, and I appreciate that, right? But Hakeem Jeffries, the minority leader, was questioned about whether or not you have the ability to lead the city, right? And so was the city council speaker today. And Hakeem Jeffries said, quote, translation, it is the intention of the Trump administration to keep the mayor on a short leash. And he's not alone in that statement. The city council speaker said that she thought you were compromised and on a short leash. Al Sharpton is raising some questions as well. So when you have these big-time leaders expressing doubt, how do you ensure, New Yorker, that you can lead the city?
Well, Dan, if you want to know where a person is going, look at where he traveled from. Dan, people have been covering me for years. Remember, I was a police officer. Police commissioners determined my ability to be hired or fired. I was extremely critical in the police department, even with that threat hanging over my head. That's where I cut my teeth in showing how I would stand up for this city. If I was not willing to surrender then as a young man, why am I going to do it as an old man? So those who are saying that don't know me. I'm going to fight for New Yorkers on behalf of New Yorkers, and I'm not going to be intimidated in doing so. I did nothing wrong. The former president said the Justice Department was weaponized. The current president stated, I stated it, and so many other Americans have stated it as well.
But in fairness, today, the prosecutor who is tasked with dropping the charges resigned. Did you see that news? Did you have a reaction to that news? And she said she resigned because she didn't want to drop the charges.
I have no say-so in her employment or non-employment. I believe the president was clear and the incoming attorney general was clear. We're going to stop weaponizing our systems against Americans. No American should have had to have gone through what I went through. No American. And my hat's off to this Attorney General for focusing on that.
Can you take us inside another meeting you had this week with top commissioners and deputy mayors? The city publication broke the story that you had told deputy mayors and commissioners not to disparage the Trump administration, don't do it at a public event, don't do it on social media. Is that what happened in that meeting?
No, that's a lie. It's a lie. And it's unfortunate that there are people who I inherited that are embedded in our agencies with one desire to compromise and overshadow our success. I can't do anything about that. I have 300,000 employees. Do we have a few that were never happy that I became mayor, and instead of them going on with their lives, they want to stay in our administration? I never told anyone that. That is a lie, and whoever said it is a liar. I told the administration we're moving with one voice, and one independent action can jeopardize our funding, our grants, can jeopardize our ability to provide for the city of New York.
Will you stand up to President Trump if you feel the need to? Because those are saying, there's a chorus of people who are saying they don't feel you will.
Well, think about this for a moment. That chorus has been singing the same song of attacking me from the first day I came in office. Same people, Dan. Let's be clear. Same people. You look at the names, go back January 3rd, 2022, and look at who criticized me and criticized everything we've done. They criticized me although we broke records on housing. They criticized me although we kept the city safe. They criticized me although we returned our economy. The same people. And then we use those people over and over again and say, listen what this chorus is singing. They are singing off key. Everyday New Yorkers want to be safe, affordable, and be able to provide opportunities for the future.
I know I'm up against the clock here, so I just have a few more questions here. Primary election, I've asked a number of times if you're running. You are running for re-election,
Yes,
right?
I am. Looking forward to it.
As a Democrat.
Yes, I am running. I am running for mayor as a Democrat.
So there's no possibility in any world that you run as an independent or a Republican?
No possibility.
Okay. Mr. Mayor, I appreciate your time. I know you got an event to get to, but thank you for making time for us today.
Thank you.
All right. Wide-ranging interview there, and stay with Pix 11 for continuing coverage of the Justice Department's decision to drop the federal corruption charges. Since that interview, there have been a few more electeds who have come forward saying that he either needs to resign or the governor needs to remove him. So we're all over the story with our political team. You can find the latest on Pix11.com, streaming on Pix 11 Plus, and always in our free mobile app.